Alright, so I upgraded my toolbox after probably 5 or 6 years. Uh, my original toolbox was this Craftsman VersaStack toolbox that worked pretty good for a long time. Had daily use for a while, and then after that, side business use. And I liked it a lot, but my uh, my wife gave me a Klein mod box set, which is something I always wanted, but couldn't really push myself to buy. So now I have it. And this is going to be a review of just my toolkit, uh, just the regular toolbox here, a tote, and how it's organized and the tools I use. So I did this before with the Craftsman, now we're doing it with the Klein. So we're going to compare the two just for a minute here. We can see that the Klein is smaller than the Craftsman. So I did have to downsize a little bit to make this work. But that's a good thing. I had a lot of tools that were making it heavy and unnecessary to have. Um, so yeah, so first thing I like is the handle. The handle is much more comfortable to grip. It's a whole plastic piece here that's tied to the whole center body frame part of the tool tote here. With this, it was a metal bar. It worked, but it was kind of hard to carry. It hurt your hand and all that stuff. So this is a lot nicer. Now from this, when I upgraded from a Hercules tool tote, which was a piece of garbage, that was the worst tool bag ever. So this was a big upgrade for that. Now, when I bought this was $40. To me, back then, that was a lot of money. This is $100. Is it worth the extra money? Almost double the price. I think so. Even though this lasted a lot of abuse, and I see these out in the workforce a lot with trades and repairmen, this is a better quality toolbox. It has a lot more pockets. This is better quality, and you're also paying the premium for the Klein mod box set. They also have the kind that zips up. I like the open kind. It's a little easier to get to tools. So this is a better quality toolbox, even though this would have lasted probably a lot longer, but someone else would be able to use it. This had a tape holder, and what I do like about the Craftsman is this large zip pocket, so I could put a lot of smaller things in it. This only has this really small one, so I had to be real picky about what I put in there. Also had these straps, not completely sure what they were for. I use them to hold like gloves and safety equipment, all that stuff. But we're going to move on to this. Oh, this also had a shoulder strap because how much this wasn't great. I had to use a shoulder strap a lot. Since this is a much more comfortable handle, I don't need the shoulder strap that comes with this, even though you do have that option. So overall, nice looking toolbox, much thicker rubber bottom, not the plastic bottom. So if you drop the Klein, it will break. Also, speaking of breaking, the clips for the VersaStack system broke pretty quick on both sides. So that was kind of the first thing that broke within a couple months. This has these feet that clip in with that clip there. Which is much better, but it also makes the toolbox kind of tippy and top heavy. I'm not always going to have this, well, in my vehicle it's too tall, stack on top of it, so I have to have something next to it to keep it from tipping over. I'm not a big fan of that, but that's something you get past. So I'm going to turn this around here. Pretty blank on this side. It is a Klein, so it's electricians, going to be aimed towards electricians, which I do low voltage wiring, so almost the same thing, right? But we have our electrical tape holder, or tape holder, anything. And actually, let me grab it here. This doesn't come with it, but you buy it separately. It's a headlamp, and it clips right there, which is pretty nice. I like that a lot. So we'll start over here on the boring side. So here I got all my drills. So my mini Makita Impact. And leave a comment if you want me to make a review of this tool. I don't see many reviews of this tool. It's pretty cool. I love this thing for camera installation. It's light, and I can get it into tight spaces, and it's an impact driver, which is awesome. And then I have my main Milwaukee M12 Impact. Awesome tool. And then I have my Milwaukee M12 drill. So, a good drill. It all fits in here pretty well. Alright, so we have Klein screwdriver that fits there. Down here I have a Cobalt nut set. And I might not need this. I should like get rid of it because I do have Klein nut drivers somewhere else. These that stack together. But I just want to make sure I have everything I need. And then we have the 14-in-1 Klein screwdriver that extends. And then we have some vice grips here. Not right, pliers. And then we have some Hercules bits. These are really good. I like these. Those usually for putting cameras in. Bosch distance laser. That fits in there. Everything fits really tight. And then I have a Lennox hole saw that's down in there. A stubby screwdriver. Klein wire strippers. Knipex pliers. And then we have regular Tecton pliers. These were my first pair of pliers. We also have in here mini Tecton pliers, skinny ones, and then we have crescent pliers, which I use these mostly. And then I have my wire cutters, crescent wire cutters. Those are also really good. We got these. You know what those are. Name's escaping me right now. And then I have miniature screwdrivers, Stanley screwdrivers. Really cool. I also have mini screwdrivers down in there, which I can't reach right. Let's see here. Too cool not to show you. Baby Tecton screwdrivers. I have another one. And these have got me out of a pinch as well. Alright, so that's that side. We can move it over. So we have tape measure holder. This is a Cobalt made by the Korean tape measure brand, Chameleon, something like that. I really like their tape measures. This seems a little lower quality. The other one I had was actually wearing out, and Lowe's had this on sale. Not the biggest fan of this, but for now it works. And we have this. What's in here? The strap for the headlamp. Extra battery for the lights. Extra bits, blades, charging cable. Socket tester. And a few other random things. So that's awesome that it has this. I wish it had a slightly larger one, but then again, forcing me to pack less. Twist around here. Got a Bosch bit set, had that for years. A Milwaukee drill bit set, had that for years. Replaced bits a lot throughout that. Large Phillips screwdriver. I guess I don't have my flathead anymore. Don't know where that went. Cobalt pliers. And then we have our Klein knives here. And the long bits here. A whole bunch of drill bits down in there. A mix of different kinds. Milwaukee pen lights with a laser. We have Klein markers. Milwaukee markers. Mini Milwaukee or Klein screwdriver. We have some other markers here. This is I think a Japanese marker, super skinny long nose for going through long deep socket security cameras, and we have more drill bits down in there. And then down here we have Tight Fit, my Milwaukee light, Rover light. Love this thing. And let's see here. Have the Hart stud finder. I love this style stud finder. This is made by Franklin Sensor, which is really good. I love their style because it gives you a better idea of where that stud's gonna be. These are really good, and the Hart brand's slightly cheaper than the Franklin brand. And we have a Klein voltmeter. Alright, camera froze up there for a second. Let's start over. Klein multimeter. Had that for years. Still working good. And we got some Kinebix lineman pliers. And that's about it. I think that's it. Level. I usually have another smaller level here. Camera's overheating, freezing up. So that's it. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you want reviews of any of these tools. But yeah, and I'll show you the rest of the Klein in another video. Thanks for watching.